Hi, my name's Esteban. That's me. And this is the University of Cincinnati. This is where I go to school. And I want to be the very best. No, not the best Pokemon trainer, but the best at teaching. But do I really want to be the next Ron Clark? Or the next Jaime Escalante? You're damn right I do. So I must know how to effectively communicate with students. Lots of students. And through technology, because this is the 21st century, and as educators we need to take advantage of it to better our students. Fortunately, UC's Digital Communication for Modern Learning course fills this exact need. So without further ado, let's begin exploring my top 5 learnings from the class, by beginning with cognitive load. It never occurred to me that students are constantly being exposed to several different elements around them, with each having the chance of distracting them. When creating a lesson for students, it is apparent that we should not include things that will distract our students. This may be difficult because images are an easy way to pull students in, but occasionally these same images can be distracting. For example, I know you are wondering it while examining the slide, so I'm going to ask it. What is odd about the 3 images? 2 of them, the bottom 2, have no reason for being included, but most educators have a knack for doing this because they are unaware of the problems it can cause. 2. Universal design for learning. Now, I was previously exposed to UDL in another course that I had with Professor Schroeder, but being exposed to the content once again reinforced the importance of providing equal learning opportunities for everyone in the classroom. It became more apparent when doing projects that there is an insurmountable amount of ways for teaching students through technology, and it has made me do my best to figure out those different aspects so I can get through to all students. Not just for my sheer pleasure of knowing it, but because it is crucial for students whose educators fail to accommodate to their needs. And my third big topic, content curation and aggregation. As with cognitive load, it never occurred to me that curating and aggregating content can provide 2 vastly different results. Collecting content from different sources never occurred to me either. As educators, we can collect content, though, and curate it so students can receive important information that will draw importance to what they are learning. As I recall, one of the key points we had to learn in this topic was distinguishing between content curation and aggregation. That being said, I'll run through the question with you. Viewing both of these, could you tell me which one has aggregated content and which one has curated content? If you said the left was aggregated while the right is curated, then you are correct. See, the pictures on the left clearly point towards the NFL, but the pictures on the right are more exclusive to Cincinnati Bengals fans. When curating content, you are attempting to pick specific content for target audiences. And now, go towards the projects that really had an impact on my learning this semester. Creating interest and engagement. I've always enjoyed mathematics, so I never needed motivation to do my work. I was always attentive in school and it paid off with good grades. But not everyone is like this though. So it is best to provide something that will create interest for your students. In our class, we created an entry video in attempts to motivating our future students. What happens when our videos are successful? The students get excited, thus culminating with them achieving perfect grades, or good grades for that matter. I count this in my top learnings of the semester because I had to put myself into the shoes of someone who wasn't particularly excited about math, and it was a challenge that I won't forget. And last but not least, which the entry video that we had to make bled into this, was the online module. I cannot say that our online module project didn't help me in the slightest because it affected me the most. By being in control of my own module, I was forced to take everything I previously learned and mesh it into an online module that students would receive as their learning module. It was stressful because on top of having many ideas, I was discovering how to work the Canvas learning management system, and as I was experiencing with the entry video, I had to put myself in the shoes of people who learn differently than me. But despite this, I was able to show some creativity and have fun with the project. The online module felt like a mess when I initially finished, but was a starting point for things to come. I will always be grateful for the online module project because for the first time outside of being in a school, whether it was tutoring or observing, I felt like a teacher. And those are the top things I learned in this course. Thank you for listening. This is Esteban signing out. Goodbye.